Why, hello everyone, and welcome to Foreplay with B, episode 13. Thank you guys for tuning in. I love and appreciate you all. So thanks. Tonight I have some wonderful things to discuss. So I hope you guys sit back, relax, take a sip of whatever it is that you're drinking. You know, me is always something of alcohol content. Maybe my boyfriend Henny will make another appearance. Um, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Now, before I officially get started, I always got to talk about the amazing lineup that we have here on the Big Exclusive Network. So, starting out Monday through Fridays, get your day started off right with my big brother, Big Roll. With Keeping It Real with Big Roll in the mornings, that's Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Calls himself Mr. Coffee. Take a sip and get a positive start to your day. Then Tuesday nights, make sure you guys check out the Big Ticket, the Big Exclusive podcast. That's Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. Starring Angry OG, Big Exclusive, and comedian Top Flight. Then Wednesday nights, make sure you guys check out my slutty buddy, Angry OG, with the Formula Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. And then after that show, make sure you guys slide down the Rabbit Hole 13 with the host, comedians Taj Mahal, Mr. Cheese, and of course me, the first and only lady of the Rabbit Hole 13, Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. If you guys missed last night's episode, you can definitely spin the block and check out the replay. And then on Thursdays, make sure you guys check me out, me and my co-hosts, Coco and Chanel, on Foreplay with B, Thursday nights at 9 p.m. Um, then Saturday is dedicated to Fat Gene Activated. So make sure you guys are subscribed to the Big Exclusive Network channel on YouTube. That way you won't miss any up and coming episodes. And again, spin a block and check out some of the replays. And then Sunday mornings, make sure you check out Poppy Montega and Jamal Jackson with Philadelphia's Game Day Special, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. And then if you didn't get enough of him on that show, make sure you check him out Sunday night at 9 p.m. on the Poppy Montega show. Also, we are looking for a host for a midday show. If you think that's you, send us a 1 or 2 minute video audition. Send via inbox or email at therealbigexclusive@gmail.com. Tap in and join the team. Hashtag Big Exclusive Network. Also, if you ladies haven't done so, make sure you guys join my Facebook group. It's called BB's Beauties. It's a positive group, a lot of inspiration, trying to get the sisterhood together and all of those wonderful things. Men are welcome, but as I always say, just don't be a creep. Also, the Rabbit Hole 13 has a Facebook group. It is a private group. However, if you send an invite, we will invite you. And again, it's just full of laughs and hilarious content, kind of like our show. So, you guys, if you like our show, you might like the page. So, make sure you guys also check out the Rabbit Hole 13's Facebook group as well. Um, Also, we have hoodies on deck, Big Exclusive merch. So you guys may want to hit up Angry OG or Big Exclusive for your hoodies. Sizes comes in all different sizes, colors, and things of that nature. They're very comfortable. I have mine. So you guys may want to definitely support the network and buy yourself a hoodie. I Let me see. Am I forgetting anything? I don't think I am. Normally I write it down, but I'm not sure. Oh, I just read some of the comments. Make sure you guys are liking, sharing, and tagging everyone. For the stream, to the show, all of those good things. Make sure you share me all over the place. I'm fine with sharing, I guess a little bit. I don't know if that came out right, but I'm not sure. But yeah, make sure you guys are sharing, tagging, and all of those things. And again, if you are on YouTube, make sure you guys have subscribed to the YouTube channel so that way you won't miss any of the big exclusive content or anything like that. So, before I get started, I always like to introduce myself. I am Bianca Monroe, aka Miss Monroe if you're nasty. I'm a self-proclaimed free spirit. I march to the beat of my own drum. I really don't subscribe to any of the social norms. And my motto is be original because it's worth more than a copy. So why not? Now it's time for disclaimers. For all of the newcomers, I always like to let you guys know this is not a kid-friendly show. I repeat, it is not a kid-friendly show. So Hopefully you put your kids to bed. If not, have your AirPods, your headphones, or whatever it is that you may use handy. So then that way they won't hear something and then possibly repeat it at school, because I will not be held responsible. Also, the show is the purpose of the show, I'm sorry, is to open your minds, let go your inhibitions, and let your freak flags fly. Also, this is a safe space and it will be treated as such. So no disrespect will be tolerated. I've been drinking already, so you already know how that goes for those who watch the show. But anyway, disrespect will not be tolerated, so you will be muted and or booted. I don't do disrespect well, so please don't do that. Also, let's keep it light, let's keep it fun. And as always, I like to ask you guys, are you guys ready to play? And if so, welcome to the Playhouse. So before I officially get started, I am going to hit the comments and see who we have in here. Also, if you are a newcomer to my show, I would like to personally shout you out. So put hashtag newcomer in the chat and we'll give you your welcomes. So welcome everyone. So who do we have in here tonight? Let's see. Christine, good evening. Thank you for pulling up. Hi Luke. Yes, here we go. I hope you guys are ready. Blind Bombshell, beautifully be. Thank you. See, I had to read in for a couple of days, and it was just time to change it up. Like I really changed my hair, kind of like I changed my drawers a little bit. I like a little bit of variety. So blind is what y'all got tonight. I hope y'all like it. I hope you like it. Thanks, Tiff. Good evening and thanks for sharing. Thank you, LC, for sharing and pulling up. Christine has shared. LC shared. Mimi, good evening and thanks for sharing. And Christine has tagged people. And good evening, Big Exclusive. And I would like to have a conversation with you after my show. So if you're available, I'm going to give you a call so we can talk. But thanks for showing up. And thanks for tagging people. Big Exclusive, thank you. You are a newcomer, but you're not. But thanks a lot. And Christina's telling her brother how much she loves you. And he's still tagging people. Sabrine, okay. Who else do we have in here? Hey, big brother, that's my big brother. Roll, keeping it real with Big Roll in the mornings, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Make sure you guys check him out. He shared what's up. Hugs, ladies, daps, fellas. Tire up for my boo boo. Walker Aquarius, smiley face. Okay, thanks, Luke. You love my nails. I need a refill, but it's going with the theme. It's going. They matte though. They matte. Like I glad you picked up on it. Oh, look at the bombshell, y'all. Yeah, it's new. It's not a new wig, but it's a new hair, new hair, and things like that. Oh yeah. Oh, I gotta ask y'all guys a question. It's so funny because my birthday is Saturday. I have no plans, so I don't know what to do. So anybody have any plans or any suggestions of what I should do? Put it in the comments. I'll consider it. But yeah, I'm getting old. I'm about to be the old bitch at the bar. Hopefully not. Vanessa, oh, so spicy. Thank you. Who else do we have in here? Big Exclusive again is saying he's a newcomer, but I appreciate it. Welcome, Big Exclusive. Jasmine, grab your headphones to tune in. Yes, grab your headphones, put them in. Let me see. What else do we have? Hello, Dawn. It's BBTOTM. She's all swollen tonight. What that? I don't know. What that mean? TOTM. I don't know what that mean. What twins? Oh, MB. Hey, Poppy. Thanks for pulling up again. He's Sundays. Check him out on Eagles Game Day Live and on his show at 9 p.m. The Poppy Montega show. And church with me. Who's going? What? I'm not going to church. We already had that discussion. I'm not blowing up at the not doing that. I need to work my way up to the church. Walk into the sanctuary. Told you go out of town, girl, and have some fun. Yes. And then Luca say, Mimi, bless your heart. Yeah, she tripping. She tripping. Thank you, Tony. Thank you. I appreciate it. So as always, I'm going to get into my first segment that I like to call Secrets and Spice. It's kind of an icebreaker for those who don't know. This is a new icebreaker, though. Just random questions. You guys can answer, put it in the chat. Yeah, Lisa says she tripping. You know what's funny, though? It was one point in time when I did spend my birthday in church, believe it or not. I wasn't so much of a heathen then, but my mom used to make me go to church New Year's Eve, so I used to have to spend my birthday in church, and then 12 o'clock go and do some things. You got on a mistress outfit, dominatrix outfit on. Where's the paddle be? I want a custom made paddle, and hopefully I've ordered one, and hopefully it will be here soon. I lost. I'm not gonna say I lost my flogger, but I lost it. It kind of like broke, and then I couldn't find the new one that I bought. So yeah, I'm kind of without one. But it is my birthday, and I'm taking suggestions. So if anybody wants to, that'll be fine. But anyway, it's about to get hectic. Mimi, go pray. All right. So before we get started, first question. What is something you have said to your partner that upset them, but you still stood behind it? I repeat. What is something that you have said to your partner that upset them, but you still stand behind it? That's what it says, stand, not stood. Sorry. Um, what is something that you have said to your partner that upset them, but you still stand behind it? It's not technically my partner now, but my ex. I told him that he didn't. I have a high sex drive, and his sex drive didn't match mine. So it was a little bit upsetting. So I had to kind of let him know, like, it's not going down enough. So kind of upsetting, but I mean, the truth is the truth. Um, you're not touching my butt. Who's touching your butt? Bro, I'm working as usual. Come down to my bar and watch white people can dance all night long. It's hilarious and great wing. That is funny. Um, White people dancing is hilarious. It really is. But they're the best people to party with, honestly. Them and like Puerto Ricans. But you gotta like really be like Red Bull wired with a Puerto Rican because they party all night long. But anyway, Rose said, I told my partner, your dad doesn't respect me. He called me out my name again, and I'm going to split his jaw in half. Okay. Luke, I told my ex she wasn't as intellectual as she pretends to be. She's still stuck on stupid. Mm, okay. Tanel said that his head was weak. My ex, wow. How did that go? Oh, that was Miss Creamy from their show. Welcome. She's a newcomer. Welcome to Foreplay with B. Um, whew. Dawn said, "Old partner, you have the smallest piece of equipment on Monopoly board, and you still can't play the game." Christine said, "I think he had erectile dysfunction." We talked about that last week or the week before last. There's some ways and things that he can actually help and get that kind of reverse a little bit if you check that episode out. But wow, you guys are crazy. What's the cringiest thing you have done after having your heart broken, excuse me. I repeat, what is the cringiest thing you've done after having your heart broken? um what did I do after I had my heart broken? Did not go well, Luke. Oh my, yikes. Um, Damn, wow. I told my partner she could hear but couldn't listen because it's a difference. That's true. That's definitely true. What's the cringiest thing? I don't know. I've had my heart broken, but I've never really did anything cringy. I'm trying to think. I don't know. I don't like that question. Y'all can answer it, but I don't have an answer for that. Next question. Your partner wants to start a cult. Do you join? Your partner wants to start a cult. Do you join? If your partner came to you and said they wanted to start a cult, would you join? I wouldn't join. I don't do well with following orders, like leadership. Like I have a little issue with authority. And you can only tell me what to do, but so much. Lil, good evening. Thank you for pulling up. Tanel, no, she's not joining. First and last, Send him back his ring in the mail. And Rolla's laughing. No thanks to the cult. Thanks, Teresa. Nice hair. Dom. No, hell no. Christine. Nope. I'm not joining no damn cult. So now I was sacrifice their ass. Big exclusive. I'm joining if she my partner. It's a bag behind it, so I'm rocking if she rolling. That's a good way to look at it. Define cult. It doesn't have a definition, Poppy. Whatever your definition would be, it just says, would you join the cult? I don't think I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. I don't know. I don't think so. Um okay. Next question. How many times a week would you like head? Realistically. The big exclusive network is a cult. It kinda is. That's kinda that's kind of a thing. We are kinda like a cult. And big exclusive is a cult leader. I can't even talk. Cult leader. Cult leader. I can't even say the word anymore. But I got it. Mimi said 3 to 5 times. Luke, people are convinced I started a cult. Ain't all bad. Okay. Dime, 3 times a day? A day? Okay. Little cults never had a good ending. Or that's true. Sabrine said 5 is good. Tiff said every morning, please and thank you. Roll 3 times keeps me solid. Patrick, 3 to 5. What's that? A day, a week, a month, a year. Poppy, 4 to 6 is again a month, a day, a year. How many times we talking? First to last, 3 or 4 times. Big exclusive, 3 times a day. I'm leaving you. So if it's not 3 times a day, you're leaving. Cool. Doing a countdown on the New Year's head, going up and down. I expect to explode on number 1. Hmm. That's a challenge. That's a challenge. If he's willing to accept, that's a good thing. Rose said 3 times a week. The question was, how many times a week would you like head? Christine is laughing. Um, big exclusive. Big exclusive. Once a week is good for me at the moment. I ain't getting none. LOL. Lil said twice a day. Y'all greedy. They are. They are. Like, I guess it said like. So I guess it's not realistic. Um, I would go to 3 to 5. 3 to 5 is good. A week. 3 to 5 a week. Um, have you ever taken advantage of your partner while they were drunk? If so, if yes, how? I'm sorry. I'm gonna read that again because I fucked it up. Have you ever taken advantage of your partner while they were drunk? If yes, how did you take advantage of them? I should take a sip on that. Um, how did you take advantage? Once a week. Tiff said yes. And Dom said I will return the favor 3 times a day. Well, as long as being reciprocal, that's cool. Um, no, because I'm always the drunk one, Jasmine. So you never got the chance? LC said no. I know we talk about consent all the time on the show. So let's just throw that away for this question. Have you ever I have taken advantage of my partner while they were drunk. I have. Pretty much the way that I did it the same way. If you put him in the bed, you undress him, give him a little head, he wakes up, shit gets started. So, hey Shonda, thanks for pulling up. Blowing bubbles in his butt. Shonda, question is, have you ever taken advantage of your partner while they were drunk? If yes, how? And Tanel said yes. Okay, so how did y'all take advantage of them? I had to pick her, Patrick. I had to pick her up from the state police station and bring her home. Had to get rollhead at 3 a.m. Wake up call. Thank you for that notification, Mimi. Pulled up right in time. Shonda, the dick was hard and he was asleep. He woke up and consented. LOL. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna stop in that moment. Like if he wake up and say no. If they did, would you stop? Not a fan of drunk sex, bad experiences. I'm sorry for you. Drunk sex is kind of like, I'm not gonna say it's it, but it's it. I'm the one waking him up to get shit rocking. Cool. Tiff said, yes, head, and more head. Poppy, yeah, come here, lay right here. Tanel, finger in the butt. Whoa, Dom, call the cops. Cool. um, Next question. Your partner is in the hospital and their ex is their nurse. Do you let the nurse take care of them? I said again. Your partner is in the hospital and their ex is their nurse. Do you let the nurse take care of them? Mitchell, I think that's a new name. I haven't seen it again. You must really give great head, Ace. Yes, we love the look. Thanks, Dom. Jasmine, no. Big roll women on Henny breath stink cause too much and try to choke me, bitch. I don't know what kind of women you ran across on Henny, but I guess. Well, I guess I don't know. Do my breath stink as I drink Henny? I drink Henny. That's kind of an insult a little bit. I don't know how to take that. Lisa said depends on the ex. Shonda said I suck it and things transpire. If you are the type to sleep with the dick in your mouth, it will happen often. That has happened to me before. That's why I don't touch tequila. I don't touch it. I don't touch it at all. That has definitely happened and woke up like, where am I and who is this? Yeah, that's not a good look. Lil, if your relationship's solid, it shouldn't be a problem. Tiff said, fuck no. Next. Okay. Depends on the ex. Like, if she tried to hurt him, hell no. Regina saying hell no. Sabrine said yes. Take care of my baby heifer. With the heifer, cool. First class, she could be his nurse, sure. Dom is saying tequila is amazing. Tequila is the devil. Can't do tequila. I cannot do tequila. First class said I agree. No tequila. Right. Shonda saying fuck no. Dick is hard at random times, and there's plenty of nasty ass CNAs and nurses sucking patients off. Nope. Cool. I never thought of it that way. Yeah, she could take care of him. Why not? Why not? It's not a thing. He's sick. That's her job. I'm not going nowhere. That's just all I'm saying. I ain't going. I'll be there. I'll be in that room, but I'm not leaving him. I'm sleeping by his side. I'm sleeping in the bed. I'm watching what you're doing. Yeah, but go on, sis. Do what you do. Tiff is saying ooh to Dom. Lisa, tequila shits amazing things happen. Not for me. Not for me. Luke said life is short. Take care of them. Facts. That's a good way to look at it. Doing I don't drink. If I do, that would be the panties dropping Taylor Sport. That is definitely Mad Dog 2020. Taylor Sport is definitely yeah, I don't touch it. I've never had, I'm lying. I had it one time and I had it with pineapple juice. And it was because I was with my cousin and she was like, this was like before I really knew what to drink at the bar. So she ordered me a T-Pain with pineapple juice. It was actually not bad. But the hangover that I had the next day, I would never touch it again. She or he fitting to get that milk via the loose hospital gown. And Tiff said, Mad Dog is the devil. I never had it, but I can only imagine. I'm not drinking anything called Mad Dog. I'm just not. I refuse to put certain things in my body, and a Mad Dog is one of them. So I don't touch it. Now, moving on. I hope you guys enjoyed that little icebreaker game, got to know each other a little bit better. So I know I normally do this after I do pillow talk, but since tonight is kind of the last night of the year, I figured I'll switch it up. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go right into taboo talk. And Mimi, can I? Thank you. And Mimi, can I please get that slide tonight? If I can. Thank you. So, tonight we're talking about dominance. You see my outfit? You kind of got the look that I was going for, guys. You get it? Cool. So, dominance is one half of BDSM. The BDS part, dominance and submission, is all about consensual power exchange. With this particular kink, the dominant partner derives sexual pleasure from taking control. The submissive partner allows the dominant partner to, well, dominate them, a la 50 Shades of Grey. Important note, though, the books and the movies did not help BDSM kinks more mainstream. They are not totally accurate. Despite what the movie would have you believe, there's no research that suggests that dominants enjoy DS, dominant and submission, activities such as spanking their partner due to childhood trauma. And nope, you do not have to sign any sort of contract. All you need is enthusiastic consent from all parties involved. And remember, kink is all about continuous consent and what makes you feel comfortable and sexiest. Thank you for that, Mimi. So, let's see what these are talking about. Let me see. Lisa said, I heard Telesport will have you on some things. It only had me on a bad hangover. Telesport is Henny wine. I heard it gets you fucked up. It will get you there, but not it. Grape Henny. Henny is a penny dropper. Is going down to if anything is possible on a Henny night. I'm just saying. Lisa Carter, man, listen. Only had it once, never again. I know maybe I shouldn't say this, but I know somebody that came home with their pants in their hand after drinking it. So yeah, that just if you never had Telesport, that's how you can understand what Telesport to do to you. Um, gotta play nice with tequila. Big Rose Sign Night 2023. I want to see live sex on Foreplay with B Monroe sitting in a chair next to the bed, calling out positions and orgasms. That would probably have to be a Patreon episode. We definitely can't put that on Facebook and or YouTube because it's not going to go well. I mean, if anybody is willing, just say it. Ro, you try to be a candidate. Let's ask that question. You try to this what you trying to have happen? Are you going to be a willing participant? I would like to know that. Poppy, women talk all that wanted to be dominated until you ask them to tie them up like the exorcist. Christine says she's here for it. Tiff is showing the eyes. Luke, Patreon or Def needs to happen. LOL. Big Ro is volunteering his jams. Ro, I'm sorry I can't be there. I don't want to see you in that light. Just saying. Just saying. Dawn, I can't be dominant. I'm tiny. I'm a runner. Okay, well at least she's admitting. Big exclusive is agreeing with Poppy. Dom, I think I would let my partner tie me up, but we need a safe word. Safe word is always a thing. Yes, safe words stop immediately. And Christine said, punk ass and Big Ro, I don't want to choke women, hands too big and strong. That's why you start off slow. And Big Exclusive said it's definitely on my bucket list. Now that I got some of you participation, most of you are into it and are thinking or thought about it. I have a special guest backstage, and if he could come on, we can actually have this conversation. Hello.
How are you, B Monroe?
I'm wonderful. How are you, King Kurt?
I can't. God damn, they got me on blast. They got me. They got me on a 16:9. Hold on, I ain't used to being that much. Usually, it's like 47 people on my show. I'm not used to one-on-ones. All right, let me.
Okay, so I have some questions for you, and I'm pretty sure my family, my viewers, and all of them will have. If you guys have any questions, please hold them off. But are you open to answering our question?
I love that they Roll gonna say freak ass Kurt. Apparently, apparently, I'm known in these streets. I'd like to keep low key, but we here now.
We're here. I mean, we're here. Choking is definitely a thing. Just don't choke me out. How the fuck you get this nigga on the show? Boop, please, I got my ways. I told you, we turning it up a notch. Might as well last show of the year turn it up a little bit more. Old freak ass King Kurt. Oh shit, what up, Reese? You're getting love. Everybody's showing you love in the comments. So tonight's is obviously about BDSM, but we're talking about the D and the S or whatever, and maybe go into a little bit more of it. But so my first question is for those who aren't familiar. No, before I do all of that, please introduce yourself. I'm sorry, that was very disrespectful.
No, you fine, baby. We listen. We here to have a good time. So, whether you're familiar with me or not, I am King Kurt Live, HNIC of Head Nerds in Charge, fourth smartest geek in the multiverse, and apparently a freak ass nigga according to Roll. I'm stand-up comedian here from the Philadelphia area, and we have our own podcast that's pretty popular within the blurred and nerd culture. One that promotes not only the proliferation but the promotion of dope black creatives, and we throw very exclusive events that could be qualified as adult in nature.
A little risque.
Well, yeah. We be fucking. Yeah.
A little risque.
Yeah.
I haven't been to your parties, but I've been to a couple of those parties, I should say.
Well, we have to get you an invite. Roll already want to see you call out orgasms and all kinds of wild, freaky shit. I'm just saying.
Like, that's a combo right there. Combo.
That's
Yeah,
all right. And I don't need no OnlyFans. Oh, damn that. We
yeah.
do this right on Broad Street. But go ahead.
Big exclusive said, bro, why didn't you bring your harem with you?
Why does everybody keep saying I don't listen? Let's straighten this out right now. I do not have a harem. This vicious rumor has been made about me since I don't know how long. Just because I happen to be associated with a great number of beautiful, dope black women, that just means I'm a phenomenal person to be around. Now, the nature of my relationships with these black women is none of your goddamn business. See, I gotta turn my hat backwards, fucking with Big Exclusive. I ain't for the shits today. Look, I'm ready for you.
Okay, again, any questions that you guys may have pertaining to the content tonight, please hold off. Or Mimi, if you see anybody, please, I guess, star them, favorite them, and then we'll get back to them. But I remember when me and you met. We met at the Martin Trivia Night.
Mm-hmm.
I had on a different kind of collar. You questioned it. We had a little conversation. So that's how I remember,
Oh, I know. I knew what it was hitting for as soon as I saw.
Maybe you'll be the right person for Foreplay with me whenever I get this thing going. I do remember you saying something to me about being a daddy dom.
No. Actually, I am what would be quantified as a gentleman dom.
Oh, a gentleman dom. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
That's fine.
I take no offense.
I thought it was, but for people the ones that are not familiar with that, do you mind explaining what that is?
Well, first, before I do, you can still call me daddy. But aside from that, see what I mean? This is how I get my friends.
I can't.
So, okay. DS relationships, dom sub relationships can take on many different facets, but there is a set standard amongst the kink community. There are multiple subsets of doms, both women and men. Just like V was talking about earlier, there are daddy doms, and daddy doms usually take on a daddy role. It's not ancestral in nature, but it's more a role that a dom will take on with a little or a brat. If you're not familiar with a little or a brat, I need you to go Google that, then come back. I'm not explaining all the freaky shit tonight. But
this is Foreplay with me, though. So.
I'm just saying, I don't want to give you textbook stuff. I mean, some things I want to talk more to the nasty shit. I know. I know what they want. I mean, either way, go Google the shit, come back, we'll talk about it. But that takes more of a fatherly role, more of a your sub will be more adolescent in their play and nature. And yes, she will call you daddy. That is usually the vibes. There's the sadist doms, and those are the ones who like impact play, and they get pleasure from causing harm. But the harm is always consensual. Everything's always consensual. And, spankings. Some people get a little crazy with knife play and cutting and stirrups. Yeah. This is a black channel, so I'm not getting into that. I say that for the white folks when I talk to them. There's financial doms, which look, I see how you smirked. You was like, I need about 4 of them. Let me get about 4 of them. I'll be set. Listen, the way inflation going, I might need me a goddamn financial dom shit. But financial doms is just what it sounds like. They take care of the finances. They monetarily prop up their sub. It may not even be sexual in nature at all, but they may assert dominance over the financial future, guiding them, putting them in business opportunities and things like that, and financing their life. There's master doms. Now, this is typically what you see at a lot of kink events. If you see somebody with the the gooch leather mask over their face, and they're being walked on a chain and whatnot. Those are usually subs who are owned by master doms, and a master dom is literally you're their slave. They tell you step by step what to do, when to do it, and you take on that slave role. I'm black. Yeah, once again, you say slave to me, don't really vibe with me.
Mm,
And I could go through all of them, but I'm not going to get into all of that. But for a gentleman dom, such as
mhm.
myself, um, gentleman doms are very courteous in nature, and the biggest thing about it is consensual dominance. Everything is consensual. I in turn become powerful because I give you the power. I say at any point that you don't feel comfortable, you can stop this no matter
That
where
was
we
smooth.
are.
That was smooth the way you threw that in there. But go
That's
on, go
I got a
on,
lot of friends.
go on. That
but
was smooth. But go on.
but but no, and because you know why consent is sexy. And that's one of the things that unfortunately within the BDSM community as well as the kink community, a lot of men come into this like, oh great, I can you donkey punch the shit out of her and I'll be no, that's not you going into this with the wrong mentality. Everything, and especially because a large portion of this is about trust, and the bond that you build in that trust
Hmm.
should be based on consent. You're going to hear me say consent a lot.
That's the word
Everything.
of the show. That's the word of the show. They
Oh, it's
already
I
know.
see. I love it. See, Pee Wee
Consent,
Herman need to
consent,
come out and, like,
consent.
"Ah," and all that good. But consent is everything. Consent is sexy, and consent keeps you out of jail.
That's what I tell them. Nobody wants to be like Willie Lump Lump. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to
Yep.
hear you it. And you
If it's
need
not an
that consent.
enthusiastic yes,
It's
it's a no.
enough. Thank you. Thank you. You see? You
I
see?
might have been around and have been around. But see, this is one of the reasons why we host events like this, because though it is usually the romance and the sensuality that pulls people in, we host consent workshops before the event begins, and every person who attends the event can't gain entry into the event until they have and understand the consent workshop. And I got a bunch of dope black women who take that as that, they take that on right before any and all of our events. And teaching consent is not only important in our community, but especially if you're trying to be out here doing some of the things that doms and folks that enjoy impact play. I'm an impact play facilitator, so yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
This is
we discussed impact play on one of my shows.
yeah.
I want a customized paddle. I gotta get I want
You can
a
come earn one. Beamer, are you blushing on your own show? Like, come on, don't.
or something else. Anyway, next question. Okay,
Okay.
let's see if any comments, anything, because I did see the comments popping. If anything, I can't go back. Mimi. Oh, my brother's in the building, Taj Mahal. Hey, boo, Poppy, must be true, boo, because anytime the BEN women talk about a nigger beard not connected and nobody say nothing about yours, give up the
Easily. Listen, look. The best part about it is I lead with it. I be like, my beard don't connect. It's all right. But you can help me with that.
yeah. Okay. I mean, if that's it, there's the paddle. Tip is saying, walking away yelling, "Kurt this stunt for the gift in the basement scene."
In the Pulp Fiction. I knew you would see, Roll. I said that for you because I knew you would know exactly what I was talking about.
Yeah, the gift. That was funny. Alexa, find me a financial dime and a gentleman dime. Creamy is asking Alexa to find her one. Let me know if she found you one.
Listen,
Tip.
listen. It's hard now having two doms. Is
Mm,
that's not easy. I'm not saying it's not possible, but that ain't easy. You
Tiff,
gotta
Tiff has been in a relationship with a gentleman dime.
and a financial dom
Mm.
at the same time. A
No,
lot of
that's
men.
Tiff. Tiff says she's been with a gentleman dime. Creamy is looking for both, or maybe one and the same.
Oh, okay.
Could it be?
Yeah,
It could be one and the same, though, right?
yeah,
Yeah, of
absolutely.
course. Okay, I
Yeah,
thought
yeah,
so.
yeah.
Pop said financial nine made the female interest go sky high. It was a cult before that. I wouldn't call it a cult. I mean, whatever kink you into, I mean,
Yeah.
whatever. I guess. Um. Okay. Next question. So, how did you get started, and how would someone who is interested become a dom?
Ooh, you trying to unpack shit.
We got
Um,
listen. This is foreplay with B. We got listen.
okay, you know what? I've never really told this story openly. At a very young age, I was sexually abused. Now, it's funny that you mentioned the 50 Shades of Grey, because I was like, yeah, that's bullshit. But also, there is some childhood trauma, and I'll get to it. I'm gonna make it short. But basically, I was sexually abused as a child, so I
This
had a
is a
bit.
safe space, though. It's a safe space,
Well,
so
I appreciate you, V. Once you said consent is king, I knew what it was hitting for.
it is.
But I was abused by a woman at a very early age, and I had a very poor relationship with how I saw sex and women. All the way up until I was about 19 years old. I had just graduated high school. I'll never forget it. I was working for this doctor, and she had an intern. And I won't say what her name is, Lord, if she ever see this.
Please
But
don't say your name.
I'll never forget walking past the bottom of the stairwell, and she was walking up the stairwell, and I happened to look up. I'm 19. I don't do that, fellas. But I happened to look up, and she happened to look back at the same time, and she saw me looking at her. So she gave me this big grin. I was embarrassed. I ran off. I didn't think nothing of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of the shift, I'm about to walk out, catch the bus home. I'm going out the door. There's a bathroom right by the door.
Okay.
So as I'm walking past the door, bathroom door blows open. She grabs me, pulls me in the bathroom, and did things to me that even God had to close his eyes to. So, yeah, longest tongue I've ever child.
Oh God.
So I'm 19
God
years.
is blushing. Woo.
Listen, I'm 19 years old. She's all in her mid 30s, married, all of this stuff. So of course my nose is wide the fuck open like Broad
Mm.
Street. So I'm just like, can we do that thing that you did to me like back then again, as many times as we can do it after school? Like dead ass. I was looking for that thing in the daylight with a flashlight. So she would come over my house when my mom would leave.
Mm.
Well, that's who introduced me to kink, toys, and multiple forms of play. I became her sub.
Oh, so you started as a sub.
I
You
became
started the right way. You started
I
as a
started
sub,
as a
and then
sub.
okay.
Yeah. And she trained me in how to properly be a sub from a very early age. So from 19 to about 26, I was her sub. And I'm talking about she was the balance between what a dom should be and what a dom shouldn't be. She would get very jealous if I ever had a relationship with a young woman my age, and she would always make it a point that before you see her, you come see me. I had to do what Madam asked. So,
There it is.
and I would get punished, and I didn't particularly like being punished. I would have to stand on my knees in submissive positions for long periods of time.
Oh,
Yeah. She was rough. She was more of that master dominant, which
okay.
clashed with my personality. Now, but once I broke free of that,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I can't do this anymore. I got to break ties with you. Your husband worked at Greaterford. This is a prison. I'm scared of that nigga. He's huge. He finds this out. I got to fight you and all your grown ass boys that look like they play for Penn State. I don't need these problems.
Okay.
So by this time, she's over 40, this, that, and the third. Not saying the age played a role, but life happened. Long story short, I kind of fell off from that, and I went into my own form of self-discovery. And I said, well, I'm into this. I enjoy it a lot, but I don't want to be like her. So how do I want to be? So I started doing my research and going to, there wasn't a lot of kink events and kink play safe spaces at that time,
Mm-hmm.
especially in the black community, because you're just a freak
Mm-hmm.
ass ball, you know.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you're a
yeah,
nasty
yeah.
motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
But the difference was, see, there were a lot of black women who were very into what I was into, but it was a taboo thing to discuss. It was a taboo thing to talk about multiple partners. It was a taboo thing to talk about non-monogamy. We didn't even have a name for it. It was just
Right.
use a hoe. We're like, Kurt, you the hoe ass nigga. Like, no, I'm not. I just don't conform to the standards. But
Social norms.
thank you. So
There
long story short,
it
that's
is.
how I got started. And if anybody is really interested in becoming a dom, there are plenty of dom Now you can go to any kind of workshop. You can go to events. You can go to parties. You can go to Google and start there with research. Books still exist. And I always say research, 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 and really look within yourself and see who you are as a person. Because being a Dom, having, you know how they say with great power comes great responsibility. I'm still a
Yes.
fucking nerd. But when
That is
you have
definitely true.
the control of another person in your hand, especially when delving into intimacy, you really got to think about what you're doing to that person mentally, emotionally. I have not always dommed well.
Mm.
And that's something that you have to deal with, that fallout of making someone dependent upon you in a certain light and still not being the support that they need as a sub.
So
Like this shit,
you don't think it's best to start as a sub and then
oh, absolutely.
okay.
Absolutely. But again, black men subbing is a sign of perceived weakness. I mean, you niggas out there still talking about alpha males. So for for the general audience,
Right.
this
Okay.
is that's where you start. Educate yourself. But if it's within you to sub for someone that you trust first, that's the best way to experience it, because you know what you are expecting from another person. You've done it.
Mhm. So Big Exclusive is saying he would try it, and he's saying that's heavy. And Dom is saying really. Dom is saying really. How about that? Being a sub is orgasmic. So see, my thing is, I'm a very dominant personality. Like there is some things that I can submit to, but being a full-fledged submissive, I
It's an orientation. That's your orientation.
yeah, I just can't. In the bedroom, whatever you want, however you want it, cool. Outside of that,
Okay, so you're a sub in play, but not in lifestyle.
there it is.
You just ain't got the right dom.
I just don't think I have that kind of time in my life. Like I know the extensive part behind it, because I know I've never had a dom, but I know the extensive and where it can go. But
Hmm.
that part,
But that's just but what your knowledge is based on, probably someone in your head or an experience that you've seen. It depends upon the person. You set your boundaries, you set your expectations. It can be done
I
if
believe it
that's
could
what you.
be.
Yeah.
Dom talking about sign me up.
And it's not to convince and it's not to convince you to the contrary. Just for anybody, because a lot of people go on with the thought process of like, I could never. Yes, you can.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, you could.
Yeah, you can. It's
Biggest things if I'm not having hot blood pressure. And Ro is lost, keeping it real. What you lost about? Creamy said that's me. And she said it's the thinking phase. I think she's agreeing with me. Like it's just I know it's a mental psychological thing, right? But
well, I'm like, if I could ask you a question, I mean, it's your show.
go
I'm not
ahead.
trying
No,
to.
go ahead.
But
No, it's fine. It's
how
an
many
open
men?
dialogue.
How many men do you really truly say you can trust implicitly?
One.
Exactly. Remember, a true dom sub relationship will always be based on implicit trust.
No,
You
mine two. Maybe two. Two.
still low, right?
Definitely love. Definitely.
And guess what? Saying two is high for my sisters.
Definitely.
You know why? Because we as men of color have not done a very good job of, number one, being protectors. How can you dominate someone that you can't even care for?
We're not gonna go into that. That's a whole nother conversation. And big exclusive, big exclusive. I'm glad you said that. Speak to the misconceptions, because that was my next question. But before we get there, B gotta be mentally dominated. I do. You gotta get to my mental before you can get to anything else with me. I'm just being completely honest. Yes, I'm on some shit. I'm with the shits on some kind of level. However, comma, this has to be stimulated before anything else. Like that's
Well,
just
most women are sapiosexuals by nature, I believe.
exactly. I believe it too.
Communication, conversation is, uh, without coming off braggadocious, as a media person, comedian, podcaster, I'm a conversationalist by nature. I was raised by 6 amazing fucking black women,
Mm.
and
Shout
growing
out to
up,
them.
listen, growing up without much of a father figure, I sat around the gossip circles. I know how to sit in that circle, be present, but also not be so intrusive that I drown out the women's voice. To be able to do that is a niche skill that
It
most
definitely is.
men don't develop. And that's not just black men. I mean, most men don't know how to be in a conversation, shut the fuck up long enough to, number one, hear what the woman's saying, retain it, and be able to have a back and forth banter that stimulates not only her mind, body, but that thing.
You just might have a whole bunch of people in your inbox by the end of this show. I'm just gonna let you know. But back to the
I
questions.
welcome you.
Back to the questions at hand. What is the popular misconception about BDSM and would that you would like to clean up?
Ooh. Hmm, hmm. Primarily from people of color, because that's what I focus on. Um, we have to let go of these
That's the purpose
societal
of the
norms.
show. That is the purpose of the show. Just let it
Listen,
go.
we have to, and I'm gonna say it, boy, I tell you, my evolution as a person has been crazy over the past 5 years. But I grew up in the '80s. I'm an '80s baby. I
Mm-hmm.
remember when we used to say things were gay, or this is this isn't masculine, or use a bitch if you do that. That's how we talk. Um, really truly educating yourself, breaking down the negative and misogynistic misconceptions that our forebearers, our fathers and uncles and whatnot,
And grandfathers and
instilled in us. Because trust and believe me, they wasn't pleasing women like you think they was.
at all.
Nana only stuck around because really she couldn't afford to be off on her own. She had 8 babies. He was busting a nut in her, but she wasn't coming. But I don't even want to talk about that right now.
That's
But
another
that's a
conversation.
whole nother
Another
conversation. What I
conversation.
want to say is you have to allow people to enjoy their kinks,
Thank
whatever they
you.
are. The
Thank
minute
you.
the minute you develop an unsafe space within your brotherhood by kink shaming, no one gets open, and then it becomes a festering ecosystem of negative opinions about shit that none of y'all really know. Not my twist. Now, mind you, I say that, I preface it with not my twist. I have specific things to me that sexually I'm not okay with. But if you are, not only, as long as whomever you are consensually engaging with is making
That's
you
all that
happy,
matters. That's all that matters.
and cut the fucking labels. Everything's a goddamn label. Everything has to be I'm straight, I'm bi, I'm gay, or I'm cisgendered, I'm hetero, I'm this, that, and the third. Or I'm in a relationship. We go together. You my boyfriend. We married. I got a partner. I'm polyamorous. I'm an ethical now. Y'all got more labels than a little motherfucker. Are you nothing?
That's
Are you?
it. That's it. That's all that you know what? I'm so glad that you said it because I've been saying it for so long. At the end of the day, there's nothing taboo that comes to your satisfaction. At the end of the day, your homies is not in the room with you. They're
Facts.
not there. And that is between you and whomever you with and or whomever else is in the bedroom. It has nothing to do with anybody outside of that. If it pleases you, by all means, go ahead, boo boo,
Do
do
you, boo
you.
boo? And the sad part is, the fucked up part is, be wrong. Y'all been doing it. Y'all just afraid to talk about it. That's all.
And it's
Because
our community. It's the black
yeah,
community. It's like
white people going to work and be like, she tickled my ass last night. God damn.
huh? They are so far ahead and so advanced, and it's so crazy because I always say though, it's black men that makes it taboo for other black men to open up their sexuality and do things that they may possibly enjoy and like. It's not us as sisters. It's not because honestly, as sisters, we're willing to do whatever we can to please you and keep you.
Exactly.
Honestly, if you got a right one, that's
Yeah.
what it is. But if at the end of the day you worried about what so and so was going to say, why would so and so even know? Is he there? Was he there?
Yeah. No, and it's really beyond me because unfortunately, again, set your boundaries. You never know what you like until you like it.
Try it. You may
You
like
ni-
it.
you niggas is really out here talking about something. I'm not taking no toy in the bedroom with me, bro. Tag your partner in. Tag him in because yo, I genuinely and this is what I mean by being a gentleman dom. I go in, I lead in thinking about another person's pleasure. The
That's what
partner,
it's about. That's what sex is about. If you break it down, it's pleasure between you and whomever you're with. I'm here to please you, and you're here to please me. And whatever that is whatever we're going to explore together.
right?
But
But
men,
that's not how people go into it.
mm, 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 mm.
And then you that's why you if you got to turn around, look her in the face, and say, "Did you come?"
No,
You already losing.
not at all.
You already losing. 'Cause how do you even know what she likes? How do you know what? And unless you have an explorative phase, trust me, that half a pump rapid fire shit that you did with two girlfriends ago, that might not work with Monroe.
It's
That might
not.
not work.
It's not gonna work for me. I'm gonna tell you that
Listen,
now. That two pumps in the grind shit, that does not work for me.
that's what you know, and eyes you might not know. You might need to lift her heel up, bite the back of her ankle, and tickle her nose. Why she? You, I don't know what kind of kinky shit is she in. All I'm saying is you need to explore, and as long as it's not breaking boundaries, allow her to explore you.
There it is. There it is. So next question. Oh wait, let's see what the comments are saying because they will have been going rapid. And again, this is if y'all not really taking notes and understanding for real, for real. Like I said, I'm glad it's coming from a man and then a black man on top of it. I'm so glad. Like I'm so because it's not just it's open to all of us. Like the shame and the things that was put on sex as a community as a whole. Just let it go. Just let it go. That's what I've been preaching for 13 episodes.
I watch
Try
the
it.
show. I listen.
You may
Listen,
like it.
you be
it.
people be so quick to shoot shit down without knowing nothing about it.
And Luke said a lot of men don't get the concept of delegated power, share power, the perception of equality, and how sexually free it makes a woman feel.
Period.
And the funny thing is just a little bit of transparency with the whole situation, the swinging community. I don't really want to get into that, but my thing is I've come across a lot of people that has had relationships and keeping it a secret from their girlfriend, but you out here running rampant and wild and doing all these things. Have a conversation with you never know what she may be into.
But that's a part of consent. Allow her to consent to the situation as honestly and openly as possible. And a lesson that I had to recently learn, communicate it in the way that they can understand, not the way you understand. And so if she asks you, hey, I see you with old girl, what y'all got going on, you're like, well, that's just a little friend of mine. No, say explicitly what the nature of your relationship is with that
Is
person and let her make an informed, consented decision on how to.
consent, consent, consent. I can't say it enough. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Go on. Finish your.
No. Listen. You listen. I'm gonna just throw you the ball. You can always slam dunk it, baby. I'm good with that.
I'm just saying, you never know, fellas. If you are into something, before you decide to step outside of your relationship, I don't condone cheating, but I do condone cheating back. That's just my thing. But back to what I'm saying, I don't condone
Toxic as
cheating.
fuck. Toxic as fuck. I'm here for it. Listen, no, listen. I got partners that be like, I like a little toxic on my dick, so I
I'm
get
just
that.
saying, but before you decide to step outside the relationship or whatever the relationship may be, have a conversation with your woman. She might be with it. She might even be willing to try it before she give you a hard no. You never know. Like you have to have these conversations and explore. And if you're somebody, as far as like I deal with men. I deal with men. So I know how repressed men can be.
Mhm.
Just let her take the reins. Just let her take the reins for the night. Like I said, you never know. Hard limits, whatever it is, don't touch my butt. I don't want you to touch my butt. Cool. But anything else, cool. We about to try it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I had
Sex is
to
about
almost mule kick one motherfucker. Don't get it twisted. Listen, I will power bomb you. Yeah,
and Dime, okay, she said sex is good for the mental health, especially when it's consensual. and pleasurable. When you allow your body to reach that climax, it can release the body from stress and anxiety. I've been preaching
Ooh.
that all, like I said, a
Wait a
lot of
minute.
certain things.
B, can you bring that comment back up real
Sure,
quick?
go
I,
go
I
on.
I apologize. Listen, Dominique, let me give you a caveat to that. Maybe, and this is a suggestion, whomever you're loving tonight or tomorrow, yes, orgasms, sex, it absolutely usually culminates into a climax, releases dopamine and endorphins that make you feel phenomenal. Engage in orgasm repression play.
No, no, no,
Engage.
no.
Listen.
That's what I was talking about. That
Edging.
psychological bullshit. That's what the
Listen,
fuck I was saying.
listen. Let him get you right to where you wanted to be. And if you got a good dom, or even a man who understands how to be assertive in the bedroom,
They ain't ready for that.
when he
They
looks
not
you in
ready
the
for
face and you
that.
say, "Don't you come yet,"
You better not.
you
You
better
better
fucking
not.
not.
You
I didn't give
better
you
not.
permission. I did not give you permission.
You know what?
I'm just
This is the last show of the year.
Dominique. Don't
Mm-mm.
come. Don't come till daddy tell you to. When you have that kind of play, when your body becomes in tune to that man's voice, and then the next time have forced orgasms. Eh, there's so many ways that you can play with different way. Like our norm is we fucking for the purpose of having this great climax. But there is so much more, and I don't even want to get into the tantric shit. I'm not getting into
Not yet,
sensory
not yet,
play.
not yet,
You
not
know what?
yet,
Never mind.
not
You
yet.
know
Y'all
what?
gotta tune. Well, hold on, wait. That was a good segue. Y'all gotta tune in to Foreplay with me for 2023 because we're definitely getting into that. We gotta slow walk them.
Okay. Well,
We
don't
gotta reel
listen.
it
Don't slow walk with me. You better fucking run
in.
because I told you to.
We gotta reel it in because no, it's still taboo. It's still a
Yeah,
taboo thing. We gotta
that's so
get them
crazy to me.
and then reel them in. I'm
But we
trying
could
to
just
tell
we
you.
could discuss it off camera.
We could definitely have that conversation. And for that show, I would like we'll talk. Um B shit is tap dancing down the stairs right now, laughing my fucking ass off. Dime said she will as soon as she gets a man, she'll try it. Cream said, stop it. Big Ro is reading. Poppy said it's definitely in how you talk to him, Kurt. And Big Ro is now looking. Creamy said tripping to get there. Dawn said you're a dime even if you just whisper in somebody's ears and get them panties
Ooh. that is that is chef kiss.
wet.
Like you don't even like you already know. You already know. And if you have what I like to call like the Dom voice, and it ain't no real shit in the king, but there's just a
It's something.
way.
It's a way you.
Yeah.
It's not how you say it. It's not the way you say it. It's how you say it. That's what. It's not what you say. It's how you say. I'm sorry. That's how it go. That's the saying.
Because if you sitting up there growling in her ear and all, that might be her thing. I'm not saying it's not, but there is something to be said that when you're in that close proximity and he gets that bass and you feel that voice and your body reacts to it. Listen, I get tingly just thinking about it. Yeah,
I
but
gotta fix my
listen,
bang.
look, that's look,
I gotta
look,
fix my bang.
pull that motherfucker right off. Let me talk to you.
I gotta fix my bang. Anyway, so what is the most common request you get, if any?
I am probably one of the few black men in the area who and it's funny because I don't usually talk about it openly. This is so I can't even believe I agreed to do this because this is new.
I'm
And
so glad you did. Like I'm
I,
so glad you did. Like I'm
yo,
really glad.
this
Now,
is
and then the
so out
funny
of my
thing
norm.
is because I really want to open our minds as the black
That's the
community.
only reason why I
Like,
came.
thank you for coming. I really, really appreciate it. I really like you really don't know how much I appreciate this right
No,
now.
no. First of all, I love what you do, and I love what you're trying to do on the
Thank
big exclusive
you.
network. My man, 50 grand, big exclusive, always bringing dope content just like this. Also, per the conversation me and you had, we had already made that connection. So I know it's important. It's important to have these conversations.
It
But
is.
to answer the question, I'm just laughing because it's so rare that I get to have open dialogue.
Sorry,
It's
I'm
not,
sorry.
but no. Please don't ever apologize for being right.
Again,
Um,
it's a safe space, so just go on, go on. Don't even think about it. Just go on.
impact play, black black women, because I'm also I'm very pro black. I'm not. I don't have. I have a preference, and sisters are it. Um,
Okay.
I my sisters absolutely have to be strong so often that they really want to feel safe enough to delve into what they perceive as femininity.
Mm. Mm. Talk that talk. Ain't
They
that what Rihanna said? Talk that talk. Talk that
listen,
talk to
the,
me.
the facade that they give to the world is to protect them because who else is going to protect them? But when you present that dom nature and they feel safe enough, listen, I am friends, partnered with, dated some of the strongest, most curt. How could you like
Woo.
how in the world you deal with? That's how she was with you. That's not how she is with me.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
And there's a respect level that goes into impact play.
Mm.
Um,
And Tiff is agreeing. She's saying facts.
listen, one of the things that I enjoy is so when you bring out things like flogs, crops, paddles, I have a different assortment of things that I have demonstrated in facilitations, and I've had bottoms and littles and subs. We actually have a kink event coming up, but either way, what I tried, the first thing I do is I check in with that woman. I have a conversation. I don't just engage in impact play with everybody because not everybody's ready for that.
And it's consent.
Always,
Okay.
you know,
Always.
a great example of why it's so important. I had a very good friend of mine wasn't in any kind of relationship, no none of that, and she know she know your boy. She know at the time she was like, I heard I would love to engage in impact play with you, and I was like, I don't know if that's going to be a good idea. That's a level of intimacy I might not be comfortable to share with you. And she was like, well, I wouldn't want anybody else to do it. It wouldn't be sexual in nature. Like, I'm not asking to fuck you, but would you engage in impact play with me so that I can experience it for myself? And I was like, okay, I'm with that.
Mm-hmm.
Aftercare is a very important part of impact play because it is soothing the emotional breakdown of what you just did. Um, I can get into safe words. I can get into checking in. What I will say is I love paddles. I'm a paddler, and there's varying degrees. Some women get into it and be like, "Oh shit, I don't like this."
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if you don't like the paddle, let's try the crop. If you don't like the crop, let's try the flog. If you don't like the flog, let's try cotton over nylon. Let's try a multitude of different goodies that we can explore and see
I'm gonna
what you
just sit
like.
here and be quiet. That's it. That's all.
Listen, no, speak up, baby. Speak up. Um, there's a multitude of different things that you can explore. Uh, sometimes a good old fashioned hand, and I can feel my way around that thing.
Goes a long way.
Goes a long way. The
Goes a long
craziest
way.
part, after we had our shared impact play experience, I said, "Now, come here, allow me to hold you for a little bit and tell me how you feel." And in that moment, I remember the moment I touched the back of her head, she just broke down crying.
Mm.
And she was just like, I don't know why I'm crying. And I said, you don't need a reason. Just
Just let it
enjoy.
happen. Just let it
Just
happen.
enjoy. And she sobbed and sobbed and sobbed. And we had conversations after the fact. And what it broke down to is pain, just like pleasure, for some, is an emotional, climactic
It
experience.
is.
it will absolutely trigger something in you that you didn't know you had. But oh, baby, you're so happy you released it. And if you release it with somebody that you feel safe with, somebody that
And
you know you can,
comfortable with. Oh my God.
all I'm saying is, many a paddle halfway through players is soaked,
Mm.
and that's why you need to have paddles for specific people.
Wait, I'm sorry. My cousin just stepped in the building. Aisha, hey, cuz, I'm glad that you tuned in. I don't want to get off this conversation, but Copeland in her comments all the time, she talking about some what in the 80 Shades of Grey. She said some, you gave her the best eggplant play ever, and then she said she still calls you, don't she?
Well, you know what? No, I did. We did not have sex at all.
It's not about sex. It's
It's
not
not.
about sex. It's not always about sex. That's why I always been saying throughout the show, and Poppy, you said you heavy handed. What you're supposed to do is start off slow. And then if
Please,
she
Lord.
tells you to go further, then you go further. You don't want to start off right away. And
Right.
like I said before, Barry Bonds a bitch. You don't want to do
Uh,
that. You
I
want,
punched that bitch in the back of the head. She got
Pop
mad at
and
me.
preaching aftercare is very important. After you spank it, you want to rub it. And then you ask her, how did you like that?
Yeah. Well, you
You
know
want
what?
me to go a little harder or you want me to stay here? It's ways that you're supposed to do this shit. And what I'm
And
trying to say,
and focusing, not focusing. And if you get into it, make sure you're aware of what areas you're impacting. If you hit the same
fatty
spot,
areas only.
child. And if you got it, please don't go and buy these Amazon. Oh my God, I had one part.
Oh,
She
yes.
got the goddamn BDSM Tyco kit off of fucking Amazon, and the shit was made out of like licorice and paper mache. And I remember she was like, "Look, Daddy, look what I got," and I was like, "Bitch, what am I supposed to do with this? This is not. You know what? Let me get my tools."
And Copeland said, ain't no one touching me like that without sticking anything in.
That's if
Okay.
I if I'm doming you, I'll tell you when you'll be penetrated.
That's the whole purpose of the show. She just joined late. We're talking about dom and
Oh,
submission relationships, the dominance part
got you.
of it, and he's what you call a gentleman dom. For those who haven't,
Oh,
we
if we
can't
not
go,
playing, you right.
but we got to keep going. We can't go back, but we got to keep going. And Luke said, "It's communication. Pop, keep checking in and with confidence, be in control. Facts. You have to let her tell you what it is that she wants and what she likes."
Right.
And once you honestly unlock that, you unlocked her. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Oh,
That's it.
oh,
That's
I
all.
like that. But see, remember, like all things, remember the fable of Pandora's box. Once you unlock it, you can't put that
Can't put it
back.
back in the box. It's like
You,
once you get the ketchup out the bottle, you can't put it back. It's out. That's it. That's it. That's all. You put too
and
much
you
salt
better
in the
be
food,
ready.
you can't put it. You can't pull it back. You know.
You better be ready for
Rose
it.
said, "What if I flog her and she tosses her shirt and her back and look like Denzel and Glory?" Start off slow, my man. That's it. I can't stress that enough. Start off slow. The aftercare is very important. And again, I don't think they know what I don't think they know that I know what I be talking about when I be talking about certain things. So maybe you can reiterate some of this shit, but
No, no. Monroe, you reiterated. Let these men understand how to take direction from a woman. That's the greatest way to
but they
teach them.
don't they don't think, men don't listen to women most of the
Then they're
things.
not ready to dom.
Okay. All right.
Not listen, no, and genuinely, if you cannot comprehend, understand instruction, and follow direction, how could you ever consent to something as intimate as impact play? If you can't be educated by a woman, why would she ever let you hurt her body, even for
Ever.
pleasure?
Ever. Not ever. Not ever. Not ever. You gotta be willing to definitely, and I did just adjust my wig on camera, but you definitely,
Still look good, baby.
you still gonna definitely have to listen to what she's saying. And Vanessa said it's the tone and King Kirk voice, the way he goes up and down. Woo, child, I'm tuned in, B Monroe. I'm glad that you are. I'm telling you, 2023 is definitely gonna have you on some other shit. And Luke is definitely agreeing with you. He's saying preach, and he said, "Are you willing to meet her where she stands?
Exactly.
If you can't fulfill what she needs, keep pushing. LOL."
Because you're gonna do more traumatic damage. See, a mishandling of the situation that I just talked about could have been completely detrimental if I left my friend in a situation where she wasn't aftercared. And now she has all these feelings, emotions. We just unlocked Pandora's box,
Oh my
and I kicked the
God.
motherfucker over and walked out the door.
Mm,
How do you do?
mm.
So if you're not ready to have in-depth conversations after and before, then you're not really to play. Then just say you spanking. Look, it's
That's
okay.
it. That's it. That's
You can
all.
smack your girl on the butt. That's your business. But don't say that you're a dom. Don't say that you're engaged in dom sub play because you give it a bad name. Because a lot of you motherfuckers is out here thinking you massa and
And you're not.
right,
And you're
Petey
not. Just
Pablo
put it like that. It ain't
swinging,
it. That's it. You're just not it. You're not
and
it.
then
And honestly, you're not what you really think you are. Because at this point in time, it's 2022 going into 2023. Like I said, if you still doing the same moves that you've been doing since you've been doing in the 80s, in the 90s, even in the early 2000s, you ain't it, bro. Bro,
moving over for the 9-9 and the 2000.
bruh, you ain't it. That ain't it. That's not it no more. Like, it's really not. Like, you gotta really be able to listen to what your woman wants. For you to be able to, for her to crave you, for you to be able to say, yo, this is who I want. I'm not thinking or looking, and I'm willing to be open the way that I'm supposed to with said partner. Like,
Right.
we're
And
not
then
anymore
the sad part is she'll just look for what she wants. And then God forbid she find
elsewhere.
a nigga like me. Because then once she meets me, she will know just how unprepared you were.
And it is niggas like that. You heard what Vanessa said. It's the up and down, the tones, and all of those things. You best to jump on this train. Saying you best jump on.
Yeah.
So,
A lot of y'all girlfriends is in my DMs. I just am
ooh,
courteous enough not to hurt your feelings.
we're not going there. Not tonight. Oh, not tonight. So my next question is, what's the most unusual request you've ever received, if any?
Oof. Most unusual requests. Well, see, I don't usually get requests in the very nature of things. A lot of people who I have engaged with over time, they come in with a blank slate. I'm usually their first dom experience,
Oh,
and a lot of times it's just play with me and let me feel exactly how I feel about the different things that we do, and let me gauge. And that's brothers, if I can suggest anything to you, learn what tools you want to engage in. Get the and I know you wanted to save it, but get the sensory things. Learn about blindfolds. Learn about this thing. Write this word down. Shibari. Write this word down.
spell it for him for those who can't spell.
Shabari. There's a couple of dope ass women who hold classes right here in Philadelphia. Trust and believe me. You I I've met this one young lady who had no clue she enjoyed the touch of nylon ropes around her wrist
Mm.
and what it felt to be bonded and basically impede her mobility, and she could do nothing but experience the orgasm without reacting. And the more she struggled, the way I tie knots, the more you struggle, the tighter it gets. And
Luke all in. I'm sorry, Luke in his comments, he know all about these things. But I gotta go back to the comment that he said about my show. Mimi, if you can find it, please put it on the screen because I can't see it. But I'm sorry, and I don't want to cut you off because I know you speaking some shit. This is why I fuck
no, it's
with this
fine, baby.
show.
No, we talking. We good.
She's single-handedly bridging the gap equally for black women and men. Exactly. That's the purpose. Sex is for fun. Sex
Right.
is for pleasure. This is what we're here for. We're not here to be selfish. We're not here to just you get yours and then I gotta worry about how I'm getting mine. That's
Oh,
not what we're doing. That's not what we're doing.
please.
And
That shit wasn't even cute in the 80s. God damn.
we're not doing this. Like, no, we're not. We're not a pump and dump system, men.
Right.
Women are not that. We like to be sensual. Like you said, take away one of our senses, and then another one. Then that means that the other four would definitely be stronger.
Yeah. Yeah. And y'all got to start setting the mood, man. You can't be fucking her on a mattress on the floor. Get bed frames.
Or
I'm
ear
just,
mattress. Let's talk about.
listen,
We're not gonna talk about the ear mattresses.
Jesus. You, you know what? Mood lighting goes a hell of a long way. Candlelight. Listen, you don't even got to spend a lot of money, y'all. 5 candles at center points in your room, 4 in the corner, 1 in the middle, will absolutely set an ambiance that sets her in a mood. Very lo-fi music or whatever her
Talk
vibe
to him.
is.
Just talk to him.
I'm just saying that
Just talk to
there's so much that and B talks about it, and I've seen it in her past shows, and me and her had a conversation about it. Genuinely, women are sapiosexuals. If you don't know what that word means, go look it up again. It just means you have to mentally get them there. That means you have to do all the things. You have to communicate. You have to speak to their senses. Get them their favorite wine. If it's going to be Taylor's Port, I don't fuck with the grape Henny, but you know what I mean.
him. The
But
Mad Dog 2020.
exactly, there's nothing like having a woman tied to a chair with no clothes on, with a table in front of her, and you feed her the dinner you made for her,
Mm.
and she has to rely on you to feed her. You're wiping her mouth, you're caressing her cheek, you're watching her enjoy this phenomenal meal, learn how to cook, but that's another conversation. And you feeding her this phenomenal meal, and you are in full control. She's never relinquished that kind of control before. I promise you. No
Mm-mm.
grown ass woman in 2022 can genuinely say, I've been fed while tied to a chair. And there
And if
are,
they do, the nigga look at him like, bitch, what? When the fuck, huh? See,
well,
see,
see, now Luke's talking about rigging. I'm not there yet. I don't feel confident in my rigging skills because those knots got to be right. Otherwise, you're gonna fuck a joint up. And I like a thick, I like them thick. I, my support beams ain't that goddamn strong. But listen, I'll be the rig. God damn it. but,
there
but
it
yes,
is.
to answer your question, I guess the wildest thing that I've had is women who have expressed desire to get into bondage play, being tied up, handcuffed, having sensory deprivation, and just delving into the things that no other nigga would do because they were scared.
So my question is this, and on topic, but off topic. So, I mean, you being who you are and what you do, like
Mm-hmm.
I said, is more taboo as far as with black men. Like I said, it's on topic but off topic.
Right.
However, if you meet said woman and she say, I'm into this particular kink, please educate the brothers. Please, I'm begging you. Please, like please, for us sisters that watch the show, that enjoy the show. I don't believe, me personally, I don't believe there's anything such as a hoe. Body count,
Oh my god.
sexual wise, anything that she's into. I don't personally believe it. So can we please, in 2023, I'm asking even the brothers that's in the comments, can we please relinquish the word hoe? Please. And can you please show them how, or tell them how to relinquish that word?
Well, I'll say this. This is what I will say.
Okay.
Um, let go of sexual disparities. Y'all, once again, label every goddamn thing. Why are you worried about her body count? For what? Because your ego? You have to really take a self-reflection when you label somebody something, because really that's how you view them based on your askew perception. So if you look at a woman and because she's sexually liberated and free and she's engaged in either one partner or multiple partners, and you say, oh, she's a hoe, really that's just a reflection on how fucked up you are. Because if the roles were reversed, you would be applauding a man, but you admonish a woman. And if we're going into this new year with that same toxic ass mentality, then really your dick don't deserve to be touched.
Thank you. Thank you. Like I said, I'd rather them hear from a man than they hear from
Well,
me.
you know what the problem is, because then like I deal with it with my brothers and my homies, because I'm still a real nigga. Like they're like, oh Kurt, you just play that up because then you get all the and I'm like, look, genuinely, This is how I feel. And the shit's stupid. I remember sitting around and we used to laugh and joke about who we was fucking and how we was fucking them. And guess what? Half the people in that room was lying. And the other half of the people never even experienced sex on any kind of intimate level to have a story to tell.
At all.
And all of the women that they were touching weren't happy with them.
At all.
Statistically, brothers, do you know men think about sex 7 times? What did they say? 7 times per minute in a day. That's how often we think about sex. So you would think, if you think about it often, you would want to become proficient in it. No, not us. The average woman has less than 8% of orgasms per sexual encounter. 8%. 8%. That means there are 92 women who are out here fucking and not coming. Here's the craziest part. The 8% that are actually coming, only 2% are having penetrative orgasms.
I'm ready to snatch my wig off. Like, you don't even dig it. Like,
only 2% are having penetrative orgasms. Now, and this is because we talking, we being honest, and we're being candid. I have been fortunate that I have never had a single partner who did not experience a penetrative orgasm with me. And I usually hear it. I never had it happen before. I didn't, or what I often hear is I didn't know I could. And no, I'm not wrapping my dick around my ankle. I'm not hanging from the rafter. But you know what it is? If you truly connect and stop with these emotionless, frivolous sexual encounters, and you build intimacy and connectivity, and you just vibe because you treat that woman like a human fucking being. They're so not used to it. That's so once if a woman hears you call another woman a hoe, you just dehumanized her. So why would she ever feel comfortable with you to either be honest, open, or intimate if she hears you use dehumanizing lingo?
Oh my God.
Y'all are losing the pussy on purpose.
You know what? Let me grab that word. Because if y'all didn't catch that, that was definitely a word. Like, I'm going to grab that and put that in my back pocket. I hope y'all was listening. I hope y'all listen and understand what this man is saying and what y'all talking about, because it makes absolutely no fucking sense at all. And like I said, the women in here is agreeing with you. They're going off. Yes, yes, yes. It is definitely a damn shame, because at the end of the day, I am a sexual being at the end of the day. Yes, my anatomy may be different as yours, but I enjoy sex just as much as you may.
But you know what? Guess what, B? I am great friends with multiple sex workers. And just because they're sex workers doesn't allow, even if if somebody is what's typecast as promiscuous or have had multiple partners, maybe engaging in multiple partners right now, even if they're doing it in a sex work nature, who are you to fucking judge them? Your mama was fucking for free just to pay bills. Why can't they go ahead and start an OnlyFans? You think your mama wasn't a hoe? Listen, I'm just keeping it. Look, if we gonna talk about hoe shit, if we talking about hoe shit,
they're not ready to have that conversation.
No, Mr. Darrell and Mr. James that used to come by, they wasn't just dropping off money because your mom made them a platter. No, nigga.
How many uncles you really got? Let me ask you that. How many uncles you got? Because you know everybody was Uncle Frank,
yeah,
Uncle Johnny, that's Uncle Bobby. Like, how many uncles is really related to your mom? Let's ask that question. So
frustrated. Oldest profession in the world. You think it's going anywhere? And don't get it twisted, brothers. I recently just said to somebody, I was like, allow that woman to cheat in peace if you're gonna be out here in these streets.
They're not ready. They're not ready. Listen, no. Right? We got to go back to my question.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
They're not ready. They're not ready for that. They're not, because they be looking at me crazy. Like, I got
no, because men love OPP. If you don't know what OPP is one penis policy. You love to collect women and then think that you're gonna satisfy all these women, but expect them to be loyal and faithful to you. Why?
That's why I said I cheat back. I will cheat back.
I don't understand it.
Don't open that door, because I am definitely going to cheat back. I'm getting my lick back. That's it. It's only right. That's it. That's all. Sonia said, what is that? I'm not sure what she's asking because the conversation went a whole nother way.
Oh.
But Sonia, if you want to put that in the comments, we'll definitely answer it for you. Poppy said, I remember I found my mom old whole box in the basement. It's a thing.
It's a
It's
thing.
a thing. Dawn said outer limits. Tony said, man, listen. Man, listen.
Well, hey, it's just sad.
Luke said we need the funk flex bomb sound.
Boom, 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 boom. Boom.
Sabrine said, "Yep," and then and Tony's agreeing and said, "Say that, Kurt." That's all I'm saying, because at the end of the day, I'm a grown woman. I know what I like,
Yes, you are.
and I know what I like doing. I know what I'm capable of, and hopefully whoever I'm dealing with is capable of the same thing.
Well, wait,
Why
hold
not
on, B. What do you like doing?
put those entities together? They're not ready for that on the live stream.
That, we're not talking to
They're
them.
not,
I'm talking to you directly. No, no.
they're not
What
ready for that for the
what,
live stream.
oh, okay. We'll have a conversation.
Because they don't really think that I'm really about the shits. Like, they really be questioning the shit that I be saying. Like, no, I'm really trying to help, especially the men. Even though I am a woman and I'm talking shit sexual, women know what we like. I'm trying to give y'all some game as to how y'all can have sex better. Life is too short to have bad sex. That's one of
Amen to
my
that.
mottos.
Plus, women, and I love it. Women are in a sexual renaissance. They are evolving.
Thank
And
you.
listen, brothers, whether you want to admit it or not, they have already been emotionally ahead of the curve.
And surpassed you.
The most educated human beings in the world are black women, whether you know it or not. The most educated demographic is black women. So they're already surpassing us financially. So they've already negated the need to be financially relying upon you. So that means you got to grow a fucking personality, because your money ain't gonna get it. They can
Somewhere.
pay. Listen, they can get their own Fendi bags. They can still buy their own Reeboks. They could get their own.
Not Reeboks, though. Not
Yeah, yeah.
Reeboks.
I remember reading it. Yeah,
Not
that's the old
Reeboks.
school. You know, we
Yeah,
used to
I
call them.
know, but that's what I said. Not Reeboks, though.
Yeah, I got a Reebok broad. I get $40 to go get a Reebok. You know, you remember that back in the day. But what I'm saying is, they are not financially relying upon men anymore. As a matter
So
of fact,
now what do you all bring to the table? What do
right?
you
Because
bring to the table?
too many of you motherfuckers is hobosexuals. You literally are fucking for rent, and she's taking care of you. Now, mind you, when that is the case, if you are not truly a lover that feeds her soul, why does she? All
What
it's
do
going
I
to take
need you for?
is going to take the right person. That's why y'all
What do
end
I
up
need you for?
getting put out. She leased out the pussy to somebody else who's more qualified, and it is always on lease. It
There
is
it is.
always on lease.
And Luke said, B is out here doing God's work. I'm convinced this is $1 million condoms worth of game. I be trying to help y'all. I'm trying to. And Dom said there are levels to impact play. Dom, you want to come on the stream and talk about the levels of impact play? I'm just asking. If you want to, we can send you the link. We can send you the link. This is the last show of the year. I'm just saying. Anybody that Luke, because he been definitely in the comments about the shit. You want the link? You could definitely click the link and we could have this open dialogue. Because like I said, people, when I say certain things, they look at me like I got 3 heads, especially men. Men, I don't know what it is, but it's like, especially when it's coming from a woman, you should definitely take notes because it's coming from a woman. But they want to sit there, they want to have a rebuttal, they want to argue with you, they want to tell you why is this and why is that. No, this is why it is that. So maybe if I get some men on my show, anybody want the link, Mimi, you could definitely drop it. I would definitely rather have Luke or maybe even Dom, because y'all been agreeing. If y'all got the time to click the link, let me know.
Now, see, it's interesting. Like Teresa said, a little foreplay. If I could change, just give you a different perspective on things. By saying foreplay is basically separating foreplay from sex. It should all be a part of the experience. If we got to we got to get out of these terms, because you're really not helping men, because they think foreplay is its own event, and then now we fucking. And they literally start, okay, let me lick her pussy for like 5 good minutes, and now I get to put my dick. No, it's an experience. There should be all forms of play during the experience. Maybe it's oral pleasure, maybe it's penetrative, maybe you stop and then you switch back, and then you touch and you caress, you feel, you you are literally setting a standard. That's why these motherfuckers get into the same rhythm. I pump the same way with everybody I ever been with. Don't give them a playbook. Don't give them an outline. Freestyle it.
Mm.
I
And
hate
I
that word
have
foreplay.
somebody in the comments. Dom is asking if you wanted to explore this Dom or sub world, where would one start? We
Uh,
did answer that question
yeah.
earlier, but she may not have been here. So
Well, I put it like this: if you want to be a sub, um, absolutely talk to another sub. There are plenty of groups and chats where you can gain information. You can always educate yourself with books and the internet. Go to a workshop. Really know what you're getting into. Look at the characteristics. And remember, everything you read is not set in stone. You have the power through consent to set whatever boundaries and whatever pleasures you see fit. B, you've been doing a lot of giggling this entire episode. I
I
like
have.
it. I
I
like
giggle
it.
a lot though. Like if you watch the Rabbit Hole 13, because I am the first and only lady of that show. Yeah, you know that I giggle a lot.
Yeah.
It's
No,
like
I like you have a beautiful smile.
thank you, I appreciate it. But like I said, I would love Luke or maybe Dom to join the conversation if they are able to. The link is definitely there. Just click it and come in because y'all definitely. I've seen the comments, even though I haven't been able to get to all of them because, like I said, this is great conversation, and I don't want to cut you off in any way. I know it's an open dialogue, but
No, we good, babe. No,
I
listen,
don't.
Luke. For those that don't know it, me and Luke go way, 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 way. That's my brother. I'm the triplet. He got a twin, but I said I'm
He
the
did
third
say
one.
that. My
Yeah,
brother, aka
yeah.
my triplet Kurt,
Did he?
spoke
Did
so
he say?
well on my behalf already. I'm
Ah, he
again
said it.
saying in the comments.
That's my brother. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
fine. That's fine. But I need people to understand, especially like I said, in the black community, because I spoke on Rose show, big exclusive. Hi,
Yeah. I'm about to
going
say,
on
bring your
back? I'm
nasty ass
confused.
on.
Like you coming back?
Mhm.
But I've spoke about it, especially in a black community, especially with black men. I feel like y'all are so behind sexually.
I'll do
Not
you one
to
better.
say
I'll do you one better. Big exclusive, B Monroe. Set it up. Let's do an event. We can do an introductory workshop in Dom sub relationships.
I like it.
Let's
I
do it.
like it. Big exclusive done jumped on and jumped off. I don't know if I don't like that. I need you to come back because now I feel a little bit like I'm a
Let's
little nervous.
let's mesh communities. Let's pull it together. I know a few good people um, down at a couple of king spots that would definitely support the event.
Don't
Um,
threaten me with a good time. That's all I'm saying. And Dom
if,
said she'll definitely come. Don't
well,
support. Don't
if you
don't
consent
threaten
to it,
me.
I'll threaten you. But
Sure,
yeah,
I'll call
let's
you,
do it.
and then big exclusive. I'll call you after the show, and we could definitely set it up. No, let's set it up on air. Get on it. You got the link. Let's get it together. Tiff said, "I think some black men are behind sexually because of them don't feel as though we are able to explore, especially when they are in a relationship."
Right.
Mm.
Well, man, don't give me this. I'm trying not to get too long winded with it. What is a relationship, right? Is your relationship exclusive? Is it monogamous? Is it open to exploration? Do you feel secure enough to really
Tag me in.
test?
Tag me in.
Oh, go ahead, B.
Tag me in. Okay, I'm glad that you said that because most of the time we don't even set those parameters in the beginning as to what our relationship is going to look like.
Yep.
We automatically assume that with this, I guess, westernized is it westernized?
Oh yeah, because
I've been
Nick.
drinking, so was it westernized?
Yes, it is
Okay,
westernized.
civilization that we're supposed to be monogamous, and we're supposed to have this one partner.
Ooh,
We're
B,
only supposed to
you
love
talking that
this
shit
one
today?
person and be with this one person, and he's supposed to be my everything, and she's supposed to be my everything. But
That's not who we were as tribal people.
that's not who we were.
And see, now that's the education you be. They not ready for
They're
that.
not ready. That's why I said
Y'all so
2023 is
colonized.
coming.
Y'all so
It's coming.
do y'all?
It's
Ooh,
coming.
I'm gonna just
2023.
rattle this off real quick. Do y'all know that marriage is literally a capitalist construct? Like
I'm not
You
refilling my glass. I can't. I'm not.
no,
It's
y'all,
Thursday. It's
y'all buy
Thursday.
diamonds. It helps the beers and all of that shit. Y'all spend all this money on weddings and whatnot, and really, y'all miss the point. Commitment. And if you believe in God, it's commitment between you, that person, and God. What did they do before they had marriage licenses?
Talk
Remember,
about it. Let's
ma-
talk.
mar-
Maybe we can't. Maybe that's an episode of Smoke and Mirrors for Poppy
No,
Montana.
no, because I did see because that viewpoint starts to hurt the women's feelings because women chase marriage so much that you lose your
Ooh.
sense of self. You take on another man's name and lose your identity.
Mm.
How does that make sense to you? It's
But I'm a fuck boy. I'm the fuck boy when I say this shit.
right.
I'm the fuck boy. I'm not right. This is not how it's supposed to be.
Just know every marriage you engage in is a business relationship and it has absolutely nothing to do with romance and God, commitment,
And
love,
Nikki
and
Switzer said
relationships.
he was crucified on his show when he said that about marriage. And Poppy is screaming facts. Listen,
I
right?
love the smoke.
This. They not ready for that. They not ready for that. I said 2023. I will be having a whole nother situation. If you guys are ready, definitely tune in. If not, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. Definitely gonna be left behind. This is the new. It's not the new wave because it's not really new, but it's the new wave
We bringing
to
it back.
be.
Lead the charge, baby. I'll follow you.
I need people. I need the people behind me. I need to be
Well, you
because
got
like I
one ally.
said, I got one. I got one. Anybody else? I got any other allies in the comment? Let me know. I need to know. Like I said, you gotta you gotta slowly reel us in. Like you gotta spoon feed us.
I
Like
need y'all to hurry the fuck up because
you gotta
I'm
spoon.
building my commune out in Africa. I'm out of here in about 5 years. Y'all could get on or get left. I ain't got time for your bullshit.
So one more question because it's been an hour and 42, and like I said, we can have this conversation all night long. Tiff is with us though. She said, "I got you, B." Um, so do you believe in the switching aspect of a dom and sub relationship?
I don't have a preconceived belief system in anything. It's whatever you fancy. Am I a switch? No. I had my experience as a sub. I have found who I am as a person, and I am truly a dom by nature. I like remaining in that power dynamic because not only does it feed my inflated ego, but got to know yourself. But also I love, and I try not to make sure, and I always have to constantly check in to make sure it's not performative, but I love giving my partners an opportunity to have a safe space and an openness that they had never experienced before.
Mm.
Sadly, too many people aren't where they need to be mentally, emotionally, because somebody else told them what they were supposed to be. You, my girl, you're not supposed to be out there doing that. Or listen,
Let's
this
not talk
pussy,
about that. Let's not talk
yeah,
about
this pussy is mine. Is it
that.
though?
And it's only
Is it?
yours, and that's it, and that's all. And
Can you give it back to her? I mean, can I borrow it for a little while? Either way, I'm at the end of the day, there's switches. People who whatever you consensually find pleasurable, as long as you ain't hurting or harming nobody mentally, emotionally, or financially. Game on, baby. Game
okay,
on.
okay.
But I ain't gonna switch.
You're not gonna switch. You always
I,
gotta be in that
I don't.
dominant position.
I put it like this. I have no problem building trust, but it is not something I will live in lifestyle. But it is something that I would entertain and play with someone that I trust enough to do it with.
Hmm.
I
Got
see. Yeah.
you. I got you. I got it. I got it. I got it. I get you. Um. Everybody is saying it's been a great show. And there's some people that's with us. We got Tiff, we got Creamy, we got Sonia there with us. Poppy is saying good shit, Kirk. Great, good show. B, my tribe has been empowered. R.I.P. Young Dolph.
I love it. I love it.
I love it. I love this dialogue. And like I said, we could do it all night long. But I'm sorry, I did say that was the last question, but I do have one more question just for
Take
the
your time,
people
baby. I'm
that's
here.
in the comments.
Okay.
So if anyone in the comments were interested in possibly exploring this dom and sub relationship, one, are there contracts involved? And two, are you open before these ladies jump in your inbox? Are you open to taking on more subs?
Oh boy, y'all asking fucked up questions. No, so I know some people because I
Don't answer that, Kurt. LOL. No, answer that. Answer
no,
that.
I dan- I dance around the entertainment world. I am familiar with people who do have not contracts as in regards to uh whether or not there'll be a sub, but more NDAs.
Okay.
You
Okay.
know, if we engage in this, you will not discuss blah blah blah. I think it was made popular by Lauren Harvey. She recently she talked about before she engages with somebody
That's a
romantically.
bad bitch.
Yeah,
That's a bad bitch. I can't even take it from. That's a bad bitch.
smart young lady.
That's a bad bitch. Like, that's the definition of a bad bitch. Like, not these twerking hoes that's on Instagram with their bodies that no. Lori
Mm,
Harvey is a bad bitch outside of, you don't never hear nobody talk. They
they're
can't
not
say
even allowed
nothing
to.
about this bitch. Like, everything is speculation.
Listen, let
That's
me
a
tell you
bad
something,
bitch.
sisters. Don't send no news to somebody who wouldn't sign an NDA.
Ooh. Mm.
Not unless you're okay with your body being out there. I'm not saying that you're not. You might be an exhibitionist by nature. Cool. But think about that. And guess what? You can go to Lawyer Rocket and LegalZoom and have an NDA contract made right up. You can electronically sign. And I know y'all like, Kurt, now you drawing. No, I'm not. Listen, in the era of cyber awareness,
Mm.
what content we put out to the world will linger in eternity. And I'm trying to be famous one day.
Yeah, there it is. I know that's right. I don't need no recording devices anywhere.
Yeah,
Like,
record. Oh, that's if you come to any of our events.
soon as that phone like this, I'm sitting down. I ain't got that kind of time.
I'm just
Mm-mm.
saying.
That NDA get pulled out in they food.
And whether or not I'm open, well, I control my own existence. Though I I have at some points been what we they call it polysaturated. Either way, I've had experiences where I would not entertain another partner or person or experience. Everything is case by case basis. And how dope are you? Are you even worthy of my impact play or my dominance?
Mm,
Are you worth my time? Are
mm.
you in a mental and emotional place to even jump in my DMs? Because please be careful before you jump in my DMs. Know what you want, because I am very straightforward.
You better.
Um, I hate to say this, I have hurt many a feeling because if you want to have conversations and explore conversations, fine. But if all you want to do is talk, then just be honest and open about that. And if that feeling changes, be honest and open about that.
And that's it. That's all. Well, I again want to thank you for coming on Foreplay.
No, the invitation, it was truly an honor. You out here doing an amazing job,
Thank
and you're representing underserved demographic in media, which is dope ass Black women.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But I definitely, because I know it's kind of been a little bit of hot seatish. But
I
like I
don't know.
said, I want to open everybody's mind as to what we can do. If you again want to drop how people can follow you, catch you, where they can catch you on, and also let them know if they are interested as to how they can attend a kink party. Let them know how.
Listen, we listen. Head Nerds in Charge. We right now, all you have to do genuinely is go to headnerdsincharge.com, click on events. Our events are up there. If you want to reach out and have a conversation with us via DM, just go to Head Nerds in Charge on Instagram, Facebook. We have multiple pages. If it says Head Nerds in Charge, you'll know it's us. You can hit it up. It's a direct link to me. If you want to message me directly, hit us on our business line, 267-271-4241. 4219. That's the HNIC line. 267-271-4219 for all business inquiries or any other inquiry that might come across your mind.
this Brandon, this Ninja Brandon skills are impeccable. Love you, bro. That's from Big Exclusive. But again, I do want to thank you for taking the time to come on and educate the people. For anybody who may have had questions or who may have possibly thought about it. Again, like I always say, life is too short to have bad sex. So, ladies, get in tune with yourself. Men, get in tune with whomever you're dealing with, and be open to trying and being open to new things. We have one black man on here who says it's okay. Not just me. He says it's okay. So you guys definitely explore those kinks and have fun while doing it. Again, I do want to thank you for taking your time out tonight with blessing me with your presence. We almost 2 hours in, and I love this diet. Like I said, I could talk about this all night. I just can't do it.
All right, I got work in the morning too, baby.
It is. So again, I definitely appreciate you, and I'll discuss another topic with you, and hopefully have you on for many more shows.
Let me know.
No problem. Anytime. I'll definitely hit you up to let you know. Thanks, Creamy, for a great show. Event coming soon, like real soon. Big Exclusive didn't bring his ass on here, but I got you. Thank you so much. And again, before I wrap up the show, I want to thank everybody that was in the comments. I hope, again, I've opened up your minds and explored you with some new things. Like, we are all sexual beings. We all enjoy. Yes, Big Exclusive, tell your friends about the Big Exclusive Network. Um, we all enjoy sex. It's a thing. Women and men alike. Let go of the the stereotypes, the taboo. Be open, be honest, and communicate with your partner. And as I always say, consent, consent, consent. I love you all. Always be positive, ladies. Stay pretty, and as always, be empowered. I love you guys. I'll see you guys next year. Mwah. Have a good night.